everyone, welcome to the second episode in the Drawing Your OC series. Today I am drawing Claire Stones, requested by Peachy. Claire is a drow, but despite her species being generally seen as evil, she's quite friendly, unlike others of her kind, and she's fond of pastels, hence the reason she dyed her hair a pastel blue. Okay, so I'm not too experienced with more fantasy races, so I had to search up what she was. Apparently, drows are a subspecies of elves, and I think that's pretty cool. I kind of thought that she was an elf when I saw her ears, but I didn't know elves had subspecies. I think that's pretty neat. Right now, as you can see, I'm just sketching a bit. It took me forever to figure out how I wanted the mouth to look. Eventually, I just settled on one of those cute anime mouths. You know, the ones with like the one little fang up there. I think those mouths are pretty neat. They're really cute, and it really worked with this drawing. I just couldn't figure out how to draw the mouth. I really like Claire's accessories, like her earrings and her choker. I think they're really neat. The reference picture had 3 outfits, so I just ended up drawing her in the red one that she was already drawn in. I really like drawing the wrinkles for that, like not wrinkles, like the ruffles that the sleeves had. It was really fun drawing those. It also took me a while to figure out where I wanted to place her hand, so I had to look at a reference picture. I think I drew it off screen by accident. I don't use too many guidelines when I make a sketch, but it's actually really helpful to use guidelines and practice anatomy. I think that's the reason why I had so much trouble drawing this. I just refused to use guidelines. Eventually, I ended up using a reference picture to sketch it out anyway. At first, I drew the hand too small, and then I made it too big, and the angle was all weird, and it was all wrong. So I just ended up using a reference picture anyway. I'll answer a question. Avril Bluebird YouTube asks, what do you draw with? If we're talking programs, I use Metabang Paint. It's a free program that you can use on both mobile and PC. But if we're talking about what I draw on, I have a tablet now that I draw on. Just a normal tablet, not a drawing tablet or anything. Just a normal old tablet. I also have a pen for said tablet. It doesn't go with the tablet, but it's a pen that my friend gave me. It can be used on basically anything. But yeah, it's a really helpful thing. Metabang Paint is a really good program too. Right now, as you can see, I'm just drawing the hair. The character doesn't have an ahoge in the reference picture, but I thought the top of her head was looking bland, so I added one. I hope you don't mind, Peachy. But yeah, I'm just filling in the basic shapes for the hair. Eventually, it'll be more defined later on, but it's good to like separate the hair into shapes first before you define it a bit more. Now I am working on her choker and then her shirt. I already said this, but her shirt was just really, really fun to draw. I just really like drawing the ruffles and the wrinkles, even if I don't understand how it's supposed to flow correctly. They're still really, really fun to draw. I especially like the little tattered bits at the end. I really like that. Like, it's just like ripped. I really like that. Okay, now I'm doing the line art. I have to move past this one quicker because it actually took me a while to do the whole thing, so, sorry it looks so rushed in the video. Okay, so with Claire, I noticed that she she had a guitar in her reference picture. So I wanted to draw her in a pose that looked like she was performing in front of people. I actually ended up forgetting to draw the guitar in the finished piece, so I just threw in a microphone right at the end. I hope you don't mind. I don't know if she seems more of a guitarist rather than a vocalist, but I just hope that she's also a vocalist so that it doesn't end up being all weird, because I forgot to draw the guitar. But yeah, I'm just working on line art right now. Again, nothing too special. I don't add any line weight to my line art. It's all just the same point type. I didn't get a lot of questions to answer for this video, which I don't have anything to fill up the awkward silence with now. Please send in questions for the next video. I'd really appreciate it. It just helps to fill up the awkward silence, because sometimes my script just doesn't have enough for me to say. But yeah. Also, I had no idea what the deal was with her bracelet. It kind of looked a bit transparent. I didn't know what I was doing for that at all. Also, the choker kind of looks painful to wear. I could just feel it, like, jabbing at her neck, like, all day. It just, that seems like I would not like to wear that all day. I definitely know that. Right now, I am just selecting the parts I want to color, like I did with the first Draw Your OCs video. My base color will be your skin tone. But yeah, I'm just doing flat colors. The bucket tool just helps to speed up the process, you know? Yeah. And that's about it, for flat colors. My coloring style, changed up in this video, because in the first Draw Your OCs, I did mention that wasn't my, my normal style, like, at all. I was trying a lot of new things. Eventually my style will become more defined as this series goes on, but right now it's just very experimental. I don't draw full color drawings, like, a lot, so, or like ever, genuinely. I don't remember the last time I drew a full color drawing, actually. But yeah, my art style will change throughout the series, so you'll just have to bear with me if I end up using an art style that you guys don't like. You guys can give me suggestions in the comments for what you would like to see more of. I'm also going to stop showing the line art in future videos, since it's basically just tracing over this sketch already. I don't think that adding the line art to videos is necessary, considering I don't add any line weight to my art whatsoever. Right now I'm shading the hair. I'm trying to do the shading like I did in the last video, but when it came to the highlights, I think I forgot how to draw the highlights. It took me like a solid like 10 minutes trying to figure out how to draw the highlights in the hair. It's just, everything from the first video just left my head. Eventually I get there. I think right here, I just sort of just erased a bit so that it wouldn't look so bland. But yeah, I also ended up erasing some of the shadows too, to just like, make the highlight not look so boring. Now I'm shading. I like using purples and pinks when shading reds, and the lighting I used for this definitely needed the purple, I think. The purple worked really well for this drawing. An easier way to shade is to just, like, pick a shading color you want, like brown or purple, and then shading the areas you want and setting the layer to, like, a multiply and stuff. I think that's, like, a really fast, easy way to shade, but you know me, I don't take the easy way when it comes to drawing. I just have to experiment. But yeah. I ended up doing the eyes sort of like I did with the last video. I said I wasn't going to do that, but I ended up doing it anyway. It ended up looking really good, I think. I really like how her eye is like green and pink, like both in one. I think that was really, really cool. I really ended up liking that a lot. Now I am drawing the background. It wasn't too hard to draw. It's just mostly a gradient and, you know, like blurs of lights. I wanted to have a very colorful background for her because like I said earlier, I wanted her to look like she was performing in front of people. And you know, this lighting sort of, you know, adds to that. Just drawing some background light to her. Just brightening up the place in general, you know? I didn't really define the background this time like I did for the last Draw Your OC's video. You know, the last one you could see the trees and the clouds a bit more clearly. For this one, it's just mostly a blur of colors. I'll try to stop that from now on because that's how I normally draw backgrounds, and I said I wanted more background practice and just ended up not getting in the background practice I needed for this video. The end result still came out pretty awesome, as you can see. But yeah. Oh, here's the microphone. Yeah, like I said earlier, I kind of forgot to add in the guitar, so I just quickly added in the microphone. I just threw it in there, despite whether the fact that she was a vocalist or not. She probably isn't. She probably just plays the guitar. I hope I didn't ruin this. Peachy, please tell me what you think when I send you the email with the drawing in it. I worked really hard on this. It took me a while. Now I'm just adding some blush and, you know, just a little extra detail, like the eye, like the highlights in the eye and stuff. And we're finally finished. Here is the final product. Thank you, Peachy, for submitting this OC. It was really fun drawing her. Submissions are always open, and rules on how to submit an OC are in the description below. Thank you, everyone, for watching this video.